Welcome to Manic Money Finance. I'm Money Mike.
I'm Crypto Corey.
We are
You already know what time it is.
hammer time. We gonna be bringing
It's
you a
Manic
little.
Money Finance.
We're gonna be bringing you a little condensed version tonight. People got stuff to do.
Yeah, I gotta cook dinner, but
Mondays.
we're gonna pretty much go over everything we need to go over. I mean, I give a lot of stuff away for free, so you guys are gonna have to, start paying up if you want more.
And Mondays suck for the market, so let's face it. Whole lot of nothing happened today. Alaire did get a
Yeah,
little
well, I
pop.
mean, pretty much false move Monday for Bitcoin there. Drops down to $90,000 and then rips right back up to, what is it, 95 right now?
Yeah, let's bring up the chart.
Pretty much, yeah, almost 95.
Let's throw them that chart. For people who aren't in the know, haven't seen this. But yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, so we just touched the top of that weekly fair value gap. We've been talking about it on a few streams. So found sensitivity there and then blasted right back up. So that's why I say keep that fair value gap on your charts, because there's a reason why it went to there and it pretty much bounced right back up.
Yeah,
right?
I mean it was.
And we've been saying, yeah, we've been looking for an $83,000 Bitcoin. That's what we've been really kind of eyeing for, that fair value gap, right? 85, really. Does it have to go right to consequent encroachment? No. It, as you saw, it basically just touched the top of it and then found sensitivity and it ripped back up. So, where am I looking for next? Right. Well, I want this hourly, right? See how it's below the 200? We need that hourly to get back above there, right? Same with the 4 hour. They're all below the 200 right now. This 15-minute, this is what I'm looking at, all right? And this is what I have my eye on, is you could basically enter into a trade right now, which I'll do right here on stream.
Going long or going short?
Going long. Put our stop loss. We're using the 15-minute, right? So we'll put our stop loss below the 200 and specifically below this wick right here, right? Because I've seen it fake out a little bit sometimes. It'll come and touch it and then pop back up. So we don't want to get stopped out there. So this is the 15-minute, right? We want leave some wiggle room here. And how do we pick a target? Let's pick a target next. We have a flag, right? That's right here. As long as we stay above the 200, right? I am predicting that this flag, our target is 97,500, right? Yeah, it's like almost a 1 to 2 right there, Looking for 1 to 2, 1 to 3s, ideally, right?
I think if we
I'm looking at this 15-minute golden cross right now. The next thing that would happen is that the 1 minute, or the 1 hour, sorry, is going to get up above that 200. And we want to see this 21 curl up to touch it, right? It's going to make the golden cross. We're front running on this idea right now, right? This is higher risk doing this kind of stuff. But once you've seen this play out a certain number of times, you can basically just play the probability of it playing out, which is more likely that it will than it doesn't, right? Just watch for that 1 hour 200. If it comes up and touches this and then rips right back down, that could be the first sign of it's going to go lower. All right. But right now, the short term, I want to see these stop losses get taken. Right here. These candles right here, 3, 4, 5, right? People have their stop loss above there. And the next one would be right at our target above this high, right here. Right? So people are using support and resistance, and they have their stop loss above these points in the market. We can expect the market's going to go there because, well, they need to sell to the losers. And that comes in the form of buy stops. People shorting the market right now. They see this as a bear flag and they see that it was continuing lower, right? They are expecting it to continue lower, but they don't realize that the market just flipped on them, right? Took the stop losses. They didn't take their profits because they were expecting it to go down. I mean, right to the right to the midway point of the fair value gap, which is funny. That's the target of that flag. So that's a possibility too, right? But that's so obvious. That looks like bait. That looks like this wick right here took all the stop losses over here. See this? This is what I'm talking about right here. That stop loss hunt. Look at all these stops that were here. Everybody putting their stop losses below this point in the market. Right? They just got wrecked today. And now it's bouncing back up, right? This is what I mean by look for the stop hunt. That's a stop hunt right there. You see that? How that wick down below all these wicks? How it looked like there was some resistance, some support here. And then it comes in and blasts through it and then pops right back up. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we look for. It's most likely that if you take a trade when you see this play out, most likely the model will play out. Right? It's more high probability. But yeah, pretty much the gist of the Bitcoin right there, right? For tonight, I am long, right? Stop loss below that 200. We're watching this flag on the 15-minute right here, really, So, and if you really wanted to get crazy with it, right, we can pull from the absolute low and don't always try to hit the moon on these ones, guys, because it never really always plays all the way out. So, right, if you were going to that target, that would be, 1 to 4, right? So, I would probably keep an eye on it, right? Watch this 15-minute flag. We don't want to see the golden cross break down, right? That's going to be our first sign that something's not right, that this was just a fake out, and it's most likely going to go lower. That's if the price blasts back below this 200 and takes our stop. That's why the stop is there, because if it goes there, more than likely it will be going much lower. And we don't want to be in the market when it does that, for sure. So that's why we keep our stop loss there. So I could be right, I could be wrong, there is no right or wrong in the markets here. It's either you're profitable or not profitable.
So. Yeah, I don't know. I think today this didn't decouple from the S&P. So everything dropped today, and then everything rebounded and went back up, and most of the markets ended green. So I think that support, that bounce off that 90 support, and is showing decent sentiment. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like crypto bros that are getting real bent out of shape right now because everyone thought it was just going to keep blasting off over 100, but that 100,000 is a major mental level for people where they're just going to sell, and it's going to drive price down.
Oh yeah,
it's
I mean, that's why it's pretty much like when it got over there, I took profits when it hit 100K just specifically for that reason. It was a good move on my part.
Yeah.
So it might seem like in the short term, it went up to 108K, and I was like, oh no, I sold too early. Of course I had those thoughts. But am I having those same thoughts right now? No, give myself a pat on the back, saying you did a good job, Corey. Right, because you've lived through this so many times that you know it's got to pull back eventually. So why would I try to be greedy and catch the top? Trying to do that, you're just gonna lose your money. You're not gonna win anything. I like to win. I don't know about you, Mike. I like to win, so I'm gonna walk away a winner.
I like money.
That's it. I like titles.
Yeah, no, like today was kind of weird, man. Like you said, false move Monday. It's like the markets all
Yeah,
around, dude. They're kind of garbage. People are, seem really morose.
you're frustrated right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the S&P
Yep.
stalled out, Bitcoin's kind of stalled out. It's almost like everybody's holding their breath, waiting for January 20th.
Yeah. So there's yeah, there is an element of that. So
yeah, the oil stocks have been going nuts, dude, but I think that's going to be over soon. Due to geopolitical things, and it'd be interesting to see how Bitcoin reacts to that, because Bitcoin can go either way with geopolitical stuff. It's like if things get bad in the conventional market, sometimes Bitcoin does really well, and then other times Bitcoin seems to enjoy the same boost that helps the TradFi side of things, traditional finance. So
yeah,
that'll be interesting. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Trump was talking big about Israel, and now Israeli officials are meeting with Hamas, and they've ironed out the first phase of a ceasefire deal, which would require Hamas to release 33 hostages, some of which are just going to be dead bodies. And yeah, it's a 3-stage deal with 94 hostages being released. And if that happens, man, you're going to see oil crash. You're going to see commodity prices go down. It's going to be wild. But the markets in general should do very well from it, because that's just going to give people the confidence they need to put their money back in.
yeah. I mean, like I say, Mike, almost every stream, I don't take it at the news. The news doesn't really drive price, doesn't move anything. In fact, oftentimes, and we've seen it, typically news that you would assume is bad does the complete opposite in the market. So, I mean, we can all speculate, right? And it's good to do that. It's good to like kind of, have some long term moves. But I mean, that's why we teach a chart. That's why we teach charts on this channel. Is I came from a news trader. I came from trying to trade these good pieces of news when they came out, or like I anticipated on making a play because of a news article or this and that. And I always, more often than not, ended up getting walked on. Not the trade would not play out as expected, right? So the news is important, right? It can drive price depending on what it is. But some of these speculative things, Mike, I just wouldn't put too much weight on it. That's all. That's all I would say about that.
Well,
I
I mean,
wouldn't
with stocks, it's
anticipate.
important.
Yeah.
It's like Bitcoin kind of will do its own thing, but you know,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like basically anytime Israel drops a bomb or freaking Hamas does something crazy, you know, oil goes up, oil goes burr, and there's ways to make money off that. Stuff like that. You got to be smart about it, obviously. You can't just
Yeah.
get going all. But yeah, so it's just one of those things. Like this is earnings season is coming up, and earnings season, baby. Ooh, that's gonna be.
But now combining news with the manic money finance strategy, right, where we are looking at the charts, now that's a powerful weapon, right? Because now you can look at the charts and say, is there something here? Does this news article kind of foreshadow what's going to be happening? You can see this stuff. And how are we able to see this stuff? Exactly like I just showed you with this golden cross here. It's going to start on the lower time frames and then bleed out into the longer time frames. And that's how we just anticipate a move. We anticipate this golden cross, right? Before it happens. We project a move and we anticipate for it to go someplace, right? That's how we make money in the markets. We don't make money in the markets by seeing green candles and then, oh my goodness, it's buying pressure. I gotta get in and then hit buy. No, that's not a strategy. That's nothing. That's gambling. Like that's kid stuff. We don't do kid stuff around here, right, Mike? We're teaching legitimate strategies, how to be a professional in this type of space, and it's pretty hard. A lot of people out there on YouTube, they're showing you bad habits. They're showing you not even their real accounts. They're misleading you, and when you go to ask them a question, they just brush you off and then move on to the next subject, right? Because these guys aren't traders. They haven't lived it, right? And you can tell who the real traders are in this space. And you can tell who's the scammers and they're just trying to pump and dump these projects. Right.
I mean,
So
you should be able to
we're
tell.
showing you how to get on side with the markets.
Yeah, I actually just found my first earnings trade of the new year. Oh boy, I'm excited. High volume, a lot of watchers. Oh, buddy. And it's going to be tomorrow after the.
You want me to bring this up?
Yeah. Yeah. Applied Digital, APLD. So this will actually be really interesting because I've never really gone over an earnings play with you ahead of actually analyze the chart ahead of an earnings play, because earnings plays, dude, are volatile, violent, it's crazy, and it's like it literally, like, most stocks after earnings tend to break out a trend. So I mean, this bad boy, the hedgies are jumping in, the insiders are jumping in. Robinhood is technically in a net buy, but only by a small amount. But they're expected to release negative earnings tomorrow after the bell of negative 12 cents. So typically what I do with earnings plays is I do collars, because they tend to be, almost like default win short-term collars. So the options that are expiring on Friday for this, I'll buy calls probably at $9, and then I'll buy puts probably at like $7.50, maybe even $7. So I'll go, expecting a giant jump in price. And there's been times when I've literally hit on both contracts, because after the earnings it shoots up or crashes down, so I sell the puts and or the calls if it went up, and then by the end of the week it rebounds, dude, and then I make money off the other one. So the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday earnings tend to be a lot better. Friday's a little more dicey, and yeah, so this thing's reporting earnings tomorrow.
Yeah. So you're long on this?
No, I do earnings collars. So I just found this one while we were talking, because I mentioned earnings and I just couldn't help it, man. I started getting a little itch, So I found basically this is the best one I see for earnings tomorrow. I'll do a little more research on the other stocks that are reporting, but based off of volume, how many people watch this, the fact that it trends more than the others, this one looks like the nicest one.
So you expect price to go up or down?
I don't know. That's the thing with earnings collars. It doesn't matter. So with a collar, you're buying a call and a put above and below the current trading price, and your bet is on volatility. So up or down, as long as it goes,
you're playing. No? You're doing that.
Yeah, as long as it goes up or down enough, life's good.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes. And then sometimes you just lose both trades.
Yeah. I mean, if
I've done that
and does nothing, then yes.
I see. If you know how to do, for me, I've tried this, and personally, it hasn't worked for me. But if it works for you, that's great. But I've typically sometimes when I do this, it's like I just lose both, both the trades, both of them get stopped out. But that's just because the volatility is so crazy on that day that it just goes, it just wipes you out, and then just goes right back to staying where it was. So I mean, not saying that's what's going to happen, but there's a certain risk that comes with doing that type of strategy. So
with the
make
options,
sure you protect yourself.
yeah, with the options you can lose everything. The nice part about doing it earlier in the week
Same
with
thing as leverage trading. Yeah,
yeah, it's just
kind of.
yeah, with the options it's a little bit different, because especially early in the week, you have time, it's I'm not gonna get stopped out or anything. I just could lose all my money. No big deal.
And if that's the thing, so if you're willing to accept that, and that's the disclaimer, right? And plus, this is not financial advice.
No.
So if you're doing something like that, pretty much expect that you're gambling, right? And yeah, you can use some of the you can use technical analysis, but typically I would like to use a stop loss and just commit commit to one idea, you know what I'm saying? I'm a man of commitment. I like to stick to my guns, you know?
Well,
I
based
don't
off the
want to.
chart, what do you think this is gonna do tomorrow?
Based off this chart, this looks like fucking excuse my French. It looks bearish kind of on the higher time frames,
Oh yeah.
but see, we had this trend line that was going up, and then it clearly broke trend, right? You have a weird kind of head and shoulders here. It's slanted though. That's what's weird about it. I really can't say that's a head and shoulders, right? But then also you come into like the hourly, right? And you have this like triple bottom here, almost like an inverted head and shoulders. I can find pretty much any like scenario I want to look for, right? That's what the crazy thing about the markets is. And you're going to find this when you start getting better at pattern recognition. You'll find scenarios on both sides of the markets, and that's what I'm seeing here. So I mean that looks like a weird inverted head and shoulders, specifically because, right, we're going to take a horizontal line to make you guys see it easier. I'm going to put it here, right, and then I'm going to put the horizontal line at this is absolute low, and it's clearly, and it's very close, that this low is lower than this low. So technically speaking, right now, that's a market structure shift. It's very, very close, and it's almost looking like a triple bottom. So there you got that. 4 hour, right? The 4 hour, it is below the 200, but we have a golden cross up here, right? And it hasn't been invalidated just yet until the 21 comes back down below, right? And I've seen this pop back up so quick, right? I've seen price pop back up so fast that the 21 comes in and doesn't even make a death cross. It comes close to this 200, and then price pops off, right? I've seen that happen so many times. So don't get fooled, right? So the 4 hour is showing lower lows. That's the other thing. So this is like a toss up in the air right here. Like it's confusing me, right? Because now we come to the 4 hour, and you have this downtrend kind of that's happening right here, right? You see it? It's ever so slight, but it's there. But then again, right? You have this high that's wiping this one out. You really kind of have like this megaphone kind of pattern,
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
and it's strange.
This is an AI play, by the way.
This is an AI play.
Well, they're AI stock.
And then I'll also, so zooming out, I would come back to here with this high, right? I'm going to put a mark here, and then I'll extend it even further back to see if I can find extra stuff.
I mean, there is a
But
weekly cup and handle on the short term.
so we have, when price made this flag here, it ripped up. Where did it stop? Exactly where this high stopped. Let me get you guys on the same page here. I want you to note what happened there. And then when it made a massive rip up, right? Where did it stop? Well, that was pretty much where it first stopped, right? So there's an area of significance here. See it? It's in here, right? It's in here, right? There's some stuff where you can see where it bounced off, right? And when it got below, it acted as resistance. And then when it got above, it acted as support. See it here and here? This is an area that we need to mark on our charts because obviously $8.75 is a area that we need to look at. See, it's here too, right? So currently it's below it, right? If I was eyeing something up like this and I wanted to be super safe and make sure if I was like trying to make a high probability play, I would be setting my sell order at $8.75. It could very well rip past it, but we just need to look at price history and look at the past as to see where even when we had these moments of extreme volatility where it was pushing the price up dramatically very quickly, it halted there. It said, "Whoa, wait, hold up. We need to do some consolidation." It did it multiple times throughout history. So that's why I say put this level on your charts because this area could be some trouble, right? When it gets there, it might hold up. And it could very well blow past it, but
Hold up.
just based on history, right? It's saying that most likely it's going to consolidate when it gets to that level.
Yeah, this one's an interesting one. So the put volume increase has been going nuts the past week. A lot of people are buying a bunch of puts, crazy puts too. $4.50 for Friday. What? And the 33% short interest currently of outstanding shares. That's pretty wild.
So, I mean, the daily looks sketchy. That's all I gotta say about that.
Oh yeah,
and
I mean it does look like a cup
200
right
on
there.
the dailies. That's $6.
Does that
So to be aiming, huh?
Does that not look like a round bottom though? Right there that you got up on the screen at the moment. Round bottom.
Here.
No, to the right. The round is
but
not a brown.
This right
bottom.
here more to me looks like a inverted head and shoulders. See it?
Yep.
Which is still a bullish pattern. That one looks a lot more clean than the one I just showed you.
Yeah. I mean,
and it kind of, I mean, where would the target be for that? Kind of already hit that target, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is an after hours play, so I'm going to be watching it tomorrow. I got time. I can let PPI come out in the morning and then kind of, start to make a decision. Typically, if they go up ahead of earnings, they tend to crash out after earnings are reported and vice versa. It's kind of interesting, Like if this company drops a press release tomorrow morning and they're, trying to, and it's kind of like, it seems like good news, but not so great news. And you see it pop ahead of earnings. It's what companies will do. You can basically be assured it's going to go the other way after earnings. They're trying to get ahead of it.
Yeah, you kind of have a round bottom there, and I'm sure let's maybe drop down in the 15-minute, maybe even the 5-minute. That looks like an Adam and Eve. My eye just draws to it because I've seen it so many times. But kind of, it's a weird one.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm watching. I'm actually just after doing a little bit of research while we're here on stream. I'm eyeing this up for a little bit of a long term, possibly, but I like my earnings plays. Basically, with the short interest, the puts, everything going on with this thing, it tells me that there's going to be a lot of volatility when they report earnings. You know, get a big old wick, down or up, it don't matter.
I mean, that looks like an Adam and Eve. It's a little sloppy, but I typically want to see this drop a little lower.
Yep.
Right? That's what's weird about that. But that's usually when you find a bottom, that's the pattern. You find at the absolute bottom, you go down into the 1 minute. I don't even care. Don't even take my word for it. Just go look for yourself, right? It's usually a round bottom, Adam and Eve, cup and handle, it's always there. It's not, I can't say always because, nothing's guaranteed in trading, but you're going to be very surprised with how often it does play out.
So you think it's going up or down?
Yeah, I would play along here.
Nice.
Right? And then I would just put my stop loss right below this low. $7.40 probably.
Very good.
I would put my stop loss there because, and this is the reason why, a lot of people would just gloss over. Yeah, I put my stop loss there. I mean, they're not going to explain to you why. Well, that's because these lows right here is some major support and resistance at that level. So if we drop below this, next stop here. Next stop after that would be here. Right? Not saying it's going there, but you just need to look at inter-time frame PD arrays, right? And that's basically simple. It's just understand what I'm saying, and it's not a foreign language. No. No. You're looking for premium and discount arrays. That's when I say PD arrays, And you're looking for stop losses. That's basically what I'm saying when I say that, right?
Very nice.
Have we checked this? Have we checked the levels yet?
What levels?
The volume.
Oh, VWAP.
Volume. No, I'm talking like the actual video here.
Oh, yeah, no, audio is good. Why? Did somebody say something?
No, I'm just gonna go check the comments, make sure we don't have anything. Any questions or anything about that?
I mean, I checked audio at the beginning and it was good. Oh.
Okay.
Oh yes. Basically got this all dialed in now. You know what I mean? We are golden. Yeah, no, that was just I get this the first month of every quarter, man. I just get all giddy for earnings. You know what I mean? Typically that was something that I would check out constantly because, dude, it's crazy. You don't even have to play the actual earnings. You just wait for the stock to do its thing, go through the earnings, and you will be presented with an opportunity to make money off of it. A lot of times, a dead cat bounce on a Friday after horrible earnings has made really good, short-term trading plays when the shorts are covering. And then, the same thing with the opposite when something goes through the roof in a ridiculous way the day after earnings. I mean, basically, man, just jump into some short-term puts because you're going to get paid, or short sell if your brokerage allows it, Not financial advice.
So, is there another one? We're almost getting out of time here. We got to make sure we watch the time.
Why don't we check out store real quick before we, before we jump out?
Yeah, I can bring that one up. So, like we said, folks, let's get serious for a second here. And Bitcoin, the trade that we took in the beginning of the stream is in the money right now. So, just got to let you guys know that. But let it wiggle. Let it do its thing. And this is the 15-minute. Mm-hmm. You want to make sure, just walk away. Don't even care about it.
Let it wiggle.
Yeah, that's a term that Master Friend uses. So Shout out to Master Friend. Check out his YouTube channel. He's my mentor. A lot of the stuff that I've learned comes from him, right? So full disclosure on this channel. I'm not going to hide anything from you guys. So yeah, go check out his free mentorship. It's pretty crazy. Like the stuff that he gives away for free. You can get into more in depth on the stuff that I'm teaching you by watching his videos. So let's bring up the ad store. What the heck is going on with this ad store? Corey, you told me I was going to 4x this in 24 hours and it hasn't happened. When Lambo? That's all I got to say. When Lambo? And I can't, I don't know. This is actually probably a rug pull. Like, you know, sorry, I tricked you guys. We created this coin and we just pulled all the liquidity out of it, and joke's on you.
I mean, you can literally see on the chart that on that readout that the liquidity is still there, right? You have one with liquidity on there.
Yeah, we got to be careful. There's a lot of people that don't like even my satire, you know, for my rock climbing and stuff. So I had a professional little sidetrack here. I don't mean to get sidetracked, but I had a professional rock climber reach out to me because, you know, did we go over this already? I think maybe between me and you. Yeah. But I don't know if we brought it up on stream.
I can't.
I'm not going to mention names, but a professional rock climber, dude's been climbing for like 20 something years, and he just put up a brand new route in Moab. So if you rock climb, you know who I'm talking about, right? He's made a big deal about it. And he put this route up that requires a certain piece of protection, and I don't have any of that gear. So I just said, you know, coming from the Northeast, and I've done some free soloing. I've done some pretty dangerous routes, basically with very high consequence, knowing like I can't fall at certain points, and I'm comfortable doing that stuff. So I went up there and I just did the route basically without that protection. And he reached out to me and he's like, okay, I need you. You made that video look way too chill. I don't want people getting the wrong idea as to they can just go up there and have a good time and it's just going to be a normal 5/8 trad route and that they're not going to risk blowing the gear out, you know? So I had to make a disclaimer video about that. You know, I don't even know where I was going with this. There was something I was going to talk about related to crypto, but it's like, you know, you got to make sure you got to let people know the right information. And that's where I was going about this. Like a lot of the stuff in that video is satire, and a lot of the stuff on this channel too is sometimes satire. So like when we say some stuff, like we obviously need to let you you know where we're joking, you know? We're not 100% serious all the time. But yeah, we didn't make store, right? We didn't pull the liquidity, we didn't do any of that stuff. So you got to be careful, man. Like some people, like they just take things so seriously these days.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I know what you mean.
Am I still in the ad store? Well, I gotta say, folks, I'm still in the ad store. Why? Well, basically it's free money now because I already took my money and I actually have a little extra. I'm gonna be making a list to give to you guys tomorrow regarding some altcoins and some gaming coins as well. You know, I got some more stuff coming for you, right? So stay tuned. You gotta make sure you tune in tomorrow. But the ad store, I'm still holding. I have around 1.3 million at store. So, I mean, it's not a lot, right?
You're a millionaire, Corey.
Yeah, if it goes to $1, that'd be sweet. But, yeah, I don't have really any expectations for this coin. But since it's so new and the market cap is so small, there's so much room for growth here. It's like I'm sticking with this, and I don't care if it gets rug pulled, and it definitely won't. You know, I don't see it getting rug pulled. I see it going up from here, but I don't care. Either way, what happens, I don't care because I already took my money from it. I'm just using the house's money now to play play their game. You know, if it goes to new all-time highs, it's gonna be so hilarious.
Yeah, I mean,
it's literally like a money printer.
just because it dropped, when we were expecting it to go up, doesn't really, we hit a price point where it was either going to go up or down, and we were betting that it was just going to keep going up because it was so new, and that just didn't happen.
Typical. It's typical in crypto for that to happen. So we will admit, yeah, we got a little excited too, and I jumped in a little early. But when price started going down these last couple days, Mike, do you think my first thought was to sell? Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Well, I guess maybe in the back of my mind, it's like, oh no, this is not good. So when I start getting those thoughts, what I do, it's like, Corey, how many times does this happen? Every time you start thinking this and you start getting scared, and then you just wait for a couple of days and it pops back up. So instead of selling right now, and I have this subconscious part of my mind that's already like in panic mode, and I have this conversation with myself where I'm like, you know what, dude? You're scared. That means other people are scared. So you know what you need to do right now? You need to go and buy some of this because people are terrified, and we're going to do exactly the opposite of what everybody else does. And anything, right? And that's my strategy. We showed you how to do the short last night, and wasn't that a beautiful short, Mike? That was a beautiful short. And I obviously sold early, but was I bent out of shape about it? No. Right? We could have held to the target. Right?
Oh yeah,
I was a little bent out of shape about that.
could have made a ton of money today, but whatever.
Yeah, you don't even focus on. See, if you start telling yourself that, and if the conversation you're having in your mind is saying you can you could have made a ton of money today, you need to go and have a conversation with that voice and say, why are you worried about money? We're not even supposed to be worrying about money. We're supposed to be focusing on the process. Because if we execute our process perfectly, whether we lose or win, we're going to be profitable. It doesn't matter. And so many times I've gotten myself into so much trouble getting angry at myself saying, oh, if you had just held a little longer, you would have made more money. Or if you had just hit the short button instead of the long button, you would have made so much money. If you had just waited till the next day, you would have made so much money. How many times are you going to keep playing this what if game and torture yourself in your brain? Like, it's just mental abuse, and it's not going to serve you any good. It's not going to make you a better trader thinking like this. And every uh, beginner or new trader has those exact same thoughts. And those thoughts right there, I'm going to let you get into a little clue right before we start signing off here. Those thoughts are the thoughts that are going to get you wrecked. Those thoughts are going to make you unprofessional because those are the same thoughts that everybody else has. So if 90%, more than 90%, I don't even know what it is, like 98% of the traders lose money, all you got to do is do the exact opposite of them. And you already know how to do that because your brain's wired that way. And that's what this channel's about. This channel's about reconditioning our brains in order to completely change our strategy from what we were doing before. So some people might be new here. Maybe they never even touched a chart, right? But then there's also people who have some experience and they've been liquidated time and time and time again. They've been going through the process. That's part of the process, right? You're going to lose money, right? Every business when they first start off loses money. That's what this is. You're your own little business here, and no one's going to keep you accountable but yourself. And that's why this game is so hard, because when there's no one around, you're sitting there in the room by yourself and you're watching the charts and you say, you know what, I could just hit that button. I could just jump in right now. Price is moving. I'm going to miss out. And that's the moment where everybody blows it. That's where everybody blows their account. It's in that moment when they relax, they get comfortable, and they say, I got this. I know what I'm doing. So, I don't know. And that's why I bought Store. That's why I bought more Store. Because every part of my being in my brain is like, you need to get out of this right now. And then I have to have a conversation with myself. Like, whoa, Corey, the Solana in there was given to you for free. Why do you care what this thing does in the short term when it's such a small market cap? When this thing could go easily to a $10-20 million market cap. It happens all the time in crypto. So at this point, it's like, I don't care. Whatever happens, let them rug pull it. I don't care. Screw it. See what happens. You know?
Nice. Good time.
So I'm making steak tacos tonight. I don't know what you guys are doing for dinner, but we're eating like kings over here, you know?
I literally just ate those. That's funny.
Steak taco? Nice. Yeah, it's steak taco tonight.
Yeah.
Nice.
Although we're carb free over here, so it was out of lettuce wraps. Romaine leaves.
Yeah, that's always good too. I love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic. My favorite thing ever.
You don't like the lettuce wraps?
I mean, they're good when it's like, my choice. I'm literally just messing around.
I used to eat burgers with just lettuce, and I'd love that, like grass-fed beef, straight up with like just wrapped in lettuce. Like that would be my lunch all the time.
No, burgers, yeah. When I go to
you don't feel like super full because you don't eat like carbs. Like when I was like trying to do no carbs, like that's what I would do.
Yeah, Five Guys is clutch for having the lettuce wraps. I think it's better than the buns, really.
They do that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
I've never even experienced that.
Fun fact: I was into Five Guys before it was a restaurant.
Oh, that's crazy. That's that wild.
Oh, good times.
So, what's your prediction for the At Store here?
The At Store go burr. Yeah, I think it's going up. Hence why I haven't sold. You know what I mean? I think,
dude, I don't know about you, but this is clearly a bear flag, right? And the target for this bear flag, right? I want to let you guys on to what's going on right now. This is the bear flag. The target of the bear flag is negative 0.00007 cents. You're gonna end up owing them money by the time this is over. Sorry. Once again, that's a joke. So when you see stuff like this, like when you see the target is obviously below 0 and it could never do that, you know something's up.
Yeah,
all I gotta say about that.
If we keep just what were you calling it? Shaking? Wiggling? If we keep wiggling, I think
just let it wiggle.
I think I'm probably going to average up because I'm up for my position. So still, I think I'm.
So you're up right now, huh?
Yeah, I got into the high 2s of this range or the 3-0 range. So I think I'm just gonna, average up. It'll only be slightly.
Yeah,
but,
I've averaged down. So I put about 6 Solana into this so far.
Nice.
So,
yeah,
but that's after getting 12 Solana. So I have like 7-8 Solana on the side that I'm just like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with here. It's burning a hole in my pocket. You guys, tune in tomorrow and you go see what I'm gonna be buying.
I was telling my coworker about it, so I told him don't put anything you don't want to lose into it, anything you can't afford to lose into it. But I was like, this might be your opportunity to get in on something crazy because this guy is putting in the work on this website and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He's killing it. So
and this is obviously not financial advice, and I'll be 100% honest, it's pure speculation on our part. But here's the reason why. The market cap is so low. This guy has such a huge following, and he has a reputation with other exchanges, and he has basically a resume that speaks for itself. And you could just look at what the other coins he's created. So this is a new coin just created by this guy, and it hasn't gained traction yet. So take with what you will from that information. And we're not even, I mean, I would love a $500 million market cap, or that would be insane, right? Like $1 billion market cap. This is basically like getting at Bitcoin when it was like pennies, basically. That's basically like what this is like right now. And it's not like guaranteed, but almost guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? Almost guaranteed.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I mean, this guy's current crypto, his main crypto that he started is $400 to $500 million market cap.
So it says a lot in itself. So, Mike, what happens? Say if this coin, from where it's at right now, it goes to a $20 million market cap, right?
Yeah.
How much is that?
I mean, a lot. I might quit my job.
A lot. It goes to a $20 million market cap. What would that be in percentage?
Expected.
I think it's like 8,000%.
Yeah, from its current levels. Yeah, from its all-time high.
Yeah.
Only 10 times its all-time high.
No, it'd be well, it's like what, close to a $250,000 market cap right now.
Yeah, and it hit 2 million.
And if it goes to 20 million, or even just 10 million, dude. Yeah, you're looking at like a 20x almost.
Yeah.
40x.
Yeah. I mean,
and it can happen overnight. That's how crazy fast some of these cryptos with such a small market cap, they can move at lightning speeds.
Yeah, no, I think
so
the volume 2 has been pretty promising. So,
we're just gonna keep hammering it home, and my people they're probably sick and tired of hearing about Store. Don't you worry. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a whole list of all coins, and if you're following me on Facebook, you're following me on my socials, I'm gonna be putting some of those coins out tonight. So keep an eye out for them, right? And these are some big AI plays, some big gaming coin plays. So keep an eye out for that, and we're gonna be showcasing some of that in the stream tomorrow.
nice.
So I think it's a great place to leave it off. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah,
We put like an hour in.
Oh yeah, longer than we expected. Or yeah.
Yeah, so typically think like a half an hour to an hour, because me and Mike, we have other things that we have to do during the day, not just work, but whether it's a climbing channel or what have you. Can't be doing this constantly. And if you guys, you're interested in the mentorship program, you can personally reach out to me, right? And we can get you we can do an evaluation, see where you're at, get you up to speed, see where your goals are, right? This is important stuff, right? So
nice.
All right, Mike, I think I'm gonna go make some steak tacos. I don't know about you. I'm getting hungry.
I'm gonna go to bed. I worked a lot today.
Yeah. There you go. All right, guys. Well, till the next one. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow, and make sure you tune in because we got a lot of cool coins that are gonna be coming up.
Stay frosty.